What's up, guys? It's RWBY Universe, and this is going to be episode 9 of RWBY, Volume 6. Without really going into anything, let's just say this is the most up-to-date thing that I am doing reaction-wise, and we're just going to do this quickly so I can get it out at a very decent time. And I'll talk about whatever I need to talk about for those who really want to hear that kind of stuff. But right now, let's get started. Up this, and let's go. 3, 2, 1 now.
This is how the war begins.
All wings engaged. Interceptors 3 and 4. Take bogeys 2 o'clock, Angel 6.
This would be me asking whether or not I would want to do a reaction series to this particular series.
This is not a skirmish.
Whenever it's coming out. But
this is not a
knowing me and how I still haven't gotten back into Camp or Littlest Pet Shop or various other shows that I thoroughly enjoy yet don't seem to go back into, I can't really say anything other than, yeah, I kind of suck when it comes to doing things that I want to do. So, the main thing that happened in the previous episode that I was willing to talk about is Ruby's understanding of her Silver Eyes, which is a welcome thing. People express their opinions on that front. And Oscar running away for very, very understandable reasons. Everyone can see that. As for what's to come next, we just need to find a way to, you know, get to Atlas right now. Whatever is going to entail on that. But it's one thing I can't talk about is, I got the Amino app. This isn't like going to be a sponsor like deal like other people seem to do, but I do have the Amino app, and I went to the RWBY Amino, and I'm now part of that particular circle. Mostly because I've gotten into a new story idea, and I'm going to be doing a original story in the RWBY universe. So, there's that. For any RWBY fans who are listening to this or interested in any way, please tell me anything that you'd like to know about it, and or give me some ideas, because it's supposed to be relatively short and self-contained. I'm not gonna be messing around with any canon characters or anything like that. They're all gonna be completely original. And currently, I'm finalizing the character designs and making sure that the story is coherent with a beginning and ending, because I never make a story unless I already know how it's gonna end. I hate stories that don't have a full, coherent, you know, a sense of direction. You know what I mean? So, let's see what this episode has to offer. Let's go.
I hate being kept in the dark like this.
Well, you kind of asked for it.
Cinder was a pain, but at least she kept us filled in.
Can I ask you something?
You're gonna.
Why are you jabbing when you mostly kick?
Why did you come with us?
Obviously,
The
for
night
obvious
Cinder and I
reasons,
found
but you know what I mean.
Why are you asking?
Just answer the question.
Hey, come on,
Just
every
makes
anime
sense.
character ever.
It made sense.
All my life, my father trained me to be a killer, an assassin like him. And then moments after I killed him, you two showed up looking for someone with my exact skills.
Yeah, it just happened. Be good at it.
Felt like it was meant to be.
That's it?
Yeah.
Hey, what's your problem?
Yeah, I
I
mean.
mean, there has to be something you want from this, right?
Salem's promised us everything.
Meh.
You win this thing for her, we'll be top dogs in her new world.
New world, huh? Are you sure she wasn't playing you, or is that actually her goal?
Cinder was the only family I ever had. She cared about me, taught me things. But without her here, I don't know if what we're doing...
Wake up already. Cinder doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about either of us.
You don't know what you're talking about.
He's kind of on the same boat,
You're
but
in
for you.
denial. And if you're gonna start having a crisis of identity or some crap, get me out of it.
Oh! A scrimmage between these two? I never expected
Sorry you
that.
didn't have a mommy that loved you, but I had a father who hated me. He never went easy on me. Every day of training was a beating. And when I unlocked my semblance, he stole it with his. This is a
Really?
crutch. This makes you weak.
Wait,
told me I
really?
could have it back when I was strong.
Are you serious?
So I got strong. but I never got it back.
Whoa, that's something. Everyone was speculating what your semblance was, but you never have.
Cinder, but I think I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
I am an Avenger. He's really channeling his inner Sasuke with that one. I got it.
Mean, and I'm a big bad man now, just like the others.
Got something torn, Art? Just replace it with a mechanics.
Standing there.
All you ever learned was pain and violence, and now you're too afraid to leave it. Such a tragedy.
You don't know me.
Yeah, not a good idea. He outranks you like hard, man.
Hey!
I want to tell you both a little secret.
I'm telling you, man. Why don't more people just take away their items and just get a mechanical one? It just seems like he does way better with this one.
What do you want from this? Children, please. If you're not loving what you're doing, then you're in the wrong field.
So what? Are you saying we should just leave?
If you can.
Oh, no. You can't do that.
I think it's more like the Mafia, man. You can't just leave.
To say farewell. There's been a change in plans. Her Grace must act swiftly if we are to prevail.
Yeah.
If General Ironwood comes to his senses and calls upon aid from Vacuo, all may be lost for us.
Really now.
And so the good doctor and I are being sent to Atlas to prepare.
Prepare for what?
Tyrion,
A thing that we hope to find out soon.
it's time.
Do what makes you happy, children.
As long as that,
Please.
you know.
I'm begging you.
Well, Tyrion is Tyrion. You can't really... Well, he put them straight, I guess.
Oscar!
The city's enormous.
Really?
I could have gone anywhere.
Yeah.
It's all my fault. I overreacted.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up.
Still
Let
don't
Yang
really
do it.
Understand what happened? Was it about the mission?
It's
Complicated.
kind of hard to talk about.
Yeah.
I know. Top secret. Did he do something wrong?
No.
He believes he did.
didn't. We just got some new information and it's going to
Overreacted.
be a lot harder than we thought.
I mean,
Well, not
if it was easy,
overreact.
then
More
it
like
wouldn't be
reacted in a
important.
way you should,
I think
but
we're
not an
just a bit
appropriate time period.
confused what to do next.
Direct it differently.
Stay in Mistral, get
Eh.
your licenses at Haven, and come back to Argus. There's a lot of good you can do here. I know your mission is important, but it's not like you're the only ones who can do it. It's not the only mission that needs doing.
It's not that simple.
Yeah. This is what happens when you can't explain everything to a person. They believe that it's not as big as you think, and then they have to just
I'll let Tara know
do
it's
the
happening.
alternatives, but they're not good
I'll
enough.
meet you later.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Man, this mission sucks.
Hey, there's a cafe over there.
Everyone thinks
Well,
you should be
get
happy.
something to warm up.
Yeah.
I'm okay. You two go on ahead.
You don't want anything?
Like a churro. They have churros
We'll be
there.
right back.
Oi. Go where the wind takes you. It leads to greener pastures, or whatever the saying goes, if there even is a saying. No. No! Ah! Really? Really? Tear ducts? Are you serious? Are you being serious? Ah! Why? Why though? Why?
Some people fall in love for life. Others never
Ah! Ah!
love's fickle and it
Gotta do that to me? Alright.
one thing that
Sure. Do that to us. I feel you, man. I feel you.
It's really beautiful, isn't it?
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why here?
She trained here. Sanctum Academy.
Really?
Everyone was crushed when she chose Beacon over Haven.
Ah.
No one wanted to see her go, but it was where she wanted to be. I'm just glad she was surrounded by such amazing people.
And an amazing person who loved her. Really scared. Very much so.
She should be standing here.
She is.
She's...
She understood that she had a responsibility to try. I don't think she would regret her choice, because a huntress would understand that there really wasn't a choice to make. And a huntress is what she always wanted to be.
Pyrrha never got the chance to graduate, but she was a huntress.
Oh, straight up.
Thank you.
John?
Alright, sure, do that. That just... okay. I believe I needed that.
John, why did you...
Yeah, sorta... sorta just there, huh? Yeah. Emotional... Ah! Alright, okay, I got
I've
it
been
out.
a terrible leader. And a terrible friend, and
John, this has to stop.
Yeah, I'm with them on this. Enough with the...
I heard what you said to Cinder at Haven. You're not being fair to yourself. We love you, just like we loved Pyrrha. We're teammates. Family.
I don't want to lose you too.
I think she knew she wasn't going to win. That she might not come out alive. But she also knew she was the only one that could try.
Yeah, that kiss she gave you and those words, everyone who's anyone kind of saw that.
Yeah, we should.
Pyrrha may not be by our side anymore.
She is. She's always
We
with
can
you.
fight like she is.
And in a way, she will be.
Mm-hmm.
We
Your
should
armor's
check
proof of
back in
that.
at the house. Come on.
Bah! Okay. Alright. Look.
Thank you.
Look, okay. I kill a lot of people in my stories. A lot of people. Like, I'm a murderer, you could say. Do it all the time. But just because I do it all the time does not mean I like seeing like this, alright? I don't like my emotions being there. I don't like that. Except I do. Ah!
It was bad.
Come on, let's get him up.
Yeah, even though that situation happened with those Grimm, man, he's still out of it.
Home, Uncle Crow.
He is still out of
We've
it.
been out looking for Oscar.
Man.
Oscar.
Who's Oscar?
I'm sure this looks great to the neighbors.
No luck?
No. You?
Don't worry. We aren't going to Atlas without him.
We?
Sorry we won't be staying.
No, you're not.
How about we get out of the cold?
Oh, I was wondering when you'd get back.
How long you been there? Alright, good. Christ, man, you're gonna break the dude's back.
You had us worried sick. Are you okay? What are you wearing?
Is something
Alright, good. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I thought maybe you guys would appreciate a hot meal after spending all day looking for me, apparently.
Dude
It's
can
my fault
cook
we
as
were
well.
out there in the first place. Oscar, I am so sorry for earlier. I was way out of line, and what I said...
No, it's okay.
Emotions happen.
These past few days, I've been scared of the same things you were. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be me. But I did some thinking.
Soul
I do know
searching.
that I will do everything I can to help with whatever time I have left.
Good.
Man.
This team isn't the same without you, Oscar.
Even though you're pretty much the newest addition.
We're on it, Chef.
Combat gear looks good.
Yes, you look like a real warrior now. And there he goes.
Where are you going now?
I don't want to get in the way of your celebration.
You've been gone all day. Just sit with us.
Look, Ruby, I'm glad you kids worked out, whatever all that was. But the fact is, we're not a single step closer to Atlas.
Actually, I think I have an idea.
Oh, give up to John. Don't look like that.
It's sort of a no going back kind of idea.
Oh, it's good. We weren't planning to come back anyway.
Let's hear it.
With Cordo on watch, only Atlas airships have the clearance to leave for Solitas. So, we steal an Atlas airship.
Oh, that seems easy. Even he finds it to be
Not just breaking
dumb.
the law. That's definitely worse.
How would we even get onto the airfield?
That
We're sneaky.
part I haven't quite figured out yet.
I mean,
But I was...
Okay, stop. Just stop.
here we go.
Look, if this thing goes south, it's not something we can just fight our way out of. This is the Atlas military we're talking about. For your sake, just drop this.
I want to hear him out.
Ruby.
I want to hear him out. I know you're trying to protect us, that you're afraid we can't do it, but right now, I don't really care what you think. Just because you don't have an idea doesn't mean we're out of options. Oz hasn't been here to tell us what to do, but we still managed to get this far anyway. We've been in bad situations before, and we didn't need an adult to come save us or tell us what to do. We just did it our way. And I say we do it our way.
Go on, Ruby.
And if you think you can keep up with us kids, we'd be happy to have you.
Looks like you didn't give her enough credit either.
Hopefully this is be an eye-opening experience for you, my man. This little girl you're looking at, she may be little. She's very little and very adorable still. But she's a lot tougher than anyone can give her credit for. Oh, but that whole Pyrrha thing. Yeah, not entirely sure how I feel about that other than other emotion. Great. I'm pretty sure, I don't know. Yeah, also, Turian's new tail. If it's one thing I can say, that for those of you who seen my Ruby Chibi reactions and that whole bit I had with Pyrrha, it's just like you already understand my emotional connections with this character. So them doing that, definitely good hit. Not bad show, not bad. Ugh. Okay, but this episode's just like the rising force. We're gonna see what happens in the next episode, see what the execution is gonna be and what exactly they're gonna be doing. Hopefully it does not go south. Hopefully it doesn't go south. Now, alright, first let's get out of this and get rid of this screen. Yeah, so far it's so good. Really throwing us off balance a little bit. Previous episode, you can just interpret that Oscar ran away because of various reasons of the emotional kind. But in actuality, he ran away to do some soul searching that I already made a joke of. Thought about it. Now he's combat rate. Don't remind me of... Okay. Man, that was almost a twofer. All right. He's ready for battle in his own way. And now he has his own sense of purpose, and that's good. He even goes on the line if he doesn't know how long he's going to be himself. Thus, also, he is confirming for us that, yes, sooner or later... He just is going to be something else. I don't know whether or not that means he's going to be fully just Ozpin, or he just believes that his own personness isn't actually his own person. Either way, I see Oscar as Oscar, and whatever happens to him in the future, I will be devastated if it's anything bad. That's pretty much all I gotta say when it comes to that front. As for the entire emotional moment with Pyrrha, that was a good moment. I'm not good with ages in this show. I'm not good at ages at all. At all. So when it comes to the chick with the red hair that showed up, that could be of one or two people, either a sister or a mother. Again, I'm not good with age. I don't know how age groups are. I don't know if that's old enough to be a mom, especially for how old Pyrrha was. But I'm just gonna go on a safe side and just say it's someone important with who is also important to Pyrrha, another family member, because of the red hair. Because you know I'm that. So that's neat. Hopefully she gets more screen time in the future and see whatever type of dynamic she's gonna have with the rest of the cast, especially when it comes to John, because she really at that moment he and her had a nice little exchange when it comes to Pyrrha. Clearly, both of them are very caring toward Pyrrha, and they had a bit of a dynamic with each other that way. So that was good. And then you had it, just seeing the shot of the wide shot. I don't know if that was their intention or in general, but seeing the wide shot, seeing Team Juniper just like that, even though Pyrrha's the statue, it really hit home. It's like, this is a fractured group. No matter how many times you get like another temporary member, anything like that, it is a fractured group due to what happened in Volume 3. It is, and that is, So, yeah. Tyrion's got a new tail. And my side joke of, if you want something more enhanced and awesome, just get rid of that old body part and just replace it with the mechanical one. Yeah, it's gonna probably be blindingly painful to get rid of your arm or something like that, but think of the possibilities. Look at Yang. Her arm is awesome. And now you got Tyrion with this kick-ass tail. It's gonna be a lot harder to chop that thing off. And plus he can control a lot better. And plus it can extend a little bit more as well. He's a made more powerful man thanks to mechanical enhancements. Now, in the end, the exchange with Mercury and Emerald. The exchange of Mercury and Emerald really is telling, because I've been part of the forums and stuff like that, guessing what could Mercury's semblance be, because throughout the times he's fought, he never used it once. Emerald uses her semblance almost religiously when it comes to illusions and trying to catch her opponent off guard, but Mercury, not once. Every single time ever did it. Turns out, his backstory revolves around him and his dad. RWBY's dad. He had a semblance. He did have one, but it got taken by his dad. Now his dad's semblance is to take away other semblances. At least that's what the immediate thing you could say to what his semblance is. I mean, verbatim. But Mercury already said he killed him, so he was able to get it back, which sucks because you would think in a lot of like other anime scenarios when somebody takes something from you and you kill that person, that thing that got taken away goes back to their original person. Let's take 7 Deadly Sins, for instance. When a person, when one of the 10 Commandments are another person who can eat souls, eats a soul, you kill them, and then the soul goes back to the original person that they ate the soul from. You'd be something like that, but nope. Kill the person who took your semblance, you don't have your semblance anymore. So that sucks for Mercury. So Mercury, bar none, doesn't have a semblance, which sucks because I managed a pretty good semblance that could work with this whole kickboxing thing. But yeah, that's a good way to show it. That's a good way to tell what his backstory was, and his entire motivation is just that he's just doing it for kicks, and he finds the reward good enough to fight for. While Emerald did this for way other reasons, believing that Cinder cared about her. If I'm gonna go on my own end, I'd say Cinder did care about her in the way that Emerald believes, if not with a pinch of salt. Because I see Cinder as a by her own means character, so it's hard for me to say that yes, Cinder would look at Emerald as like her own sister or something like that. It's hard for me to say that and honestly believe it. But I do feel like she does have some sentiment with Emerald, and not none at all, you know. And maybe the same for Mercury. And their little fight really showcased that these two have their own motivations of what's going on, and the motivations of the main bad guys as well just kind of correlates. So it depends on what's gonna happen with Emerald. That her anchor for why she was working with this group to begin with is now gone, and hopefully down the line, as Cinder sees her again, this time with Neo, who I believe is on a neutral standpoint until something happens. And yeah, is there anything else to talk about? Well, other than the plan and Ruby's whole, you know, the found leadership in this whole entire vibe that's been going on since episode 2. Yeah, that's it. This episode was great. I liked it. I really did. I can't wait to see what other things are going to come up from this. And I'm just excited to see, now that Salem's going, like, kicking herself into gear after the whole finding out that Ozpin's here early deal. I just need to see what in an imagine, because I've been throughout the comments of my videos, and right now I've been in so many conversations and so many back and forths with so many different people. I honestly have so many different ways to interpret what the heck Salem's main motivation and goal is, since she hasn't actually said it out loud clearly enough for me, I guess. Because some people believe that she's trying to gain all the items together, bring the gods back, and kill everything, because they say that as long as the Earth exists, she exists. So if they kill the Earth, she won't exist, or whatever. There's that. There's also the motivation that she's trying to do it to prove a point. There's also the motivation of her literally just trying to go back to the original way of things when Ozpin was working with her. There's also the way... It's like, there's so many different things. I just need to wait for her to say it out loud, and so I can just get it. The only thing we got was from Mercury saying that there's a new world. She's trying to create a brand new world. Kind of like Fire Lord Ozai. Burn everything to ashes and then rebuild it from the ground up and that sort of thing. While that's another motivation that makes sense, we can't take everything Mercury says on a baseline thing, because obviously they could be stringing them along for whatever actual motivation they have. So there's that. As for anything else I can probably talk about this episode, not much. Now, with all that being said, for those of you who care about updates and whatever of the sort of things on my channel, thanks you all RWBY fans and now just subscribers in general for this little ending bit. After the weekend happened and I was in New Orleans, things went by in a pretty particular way, and I'm just dealing with that. And after dealing with that, I'm now getting back into these reactions. Sorry about the delay, and sorry about not me getting the entire, like, my entire binge watching spree up during that time period. And it's been what, maybe at this point it's been 6 days since I had like a recent upload from the new year, and by the time you see this, it's probably another 3 or 4 days, and I have no idea whether or not I'm gonna be uploading things like that. And it's also just personal things revolving around YouTube in general. Nothing like, you know, I'm sick or anything like that. No, more like, I don't know, I'm just having confidence issues in with YouTube in general. I don't know why. Because usually I just take this thing like hitting forward, but I don't know. Another thing to go about was the fact that I'm now doing a RWBY comic, and I'm gonna be uploading that soon. So with that out of the way, I don't know. I suck at giving information like this. I just really do. I will never call myself a good spokesperson. I just kind of say what's on my mind and just stumble across my words when I do. So when that happens, you know, I honestly believe, now that I'm thinking about it, I think the reason why I'm acting like this is because I believe I'm in my last quarter in college. So in next 3 months, I'm no longer going to be in college. I am now going to be a straight independent dude. Hopefully not being on the street afterwards, because I realize I made the poor life decisions. So I think that pressure is starting to get on me. I'm not entirely sure, but I do know something's there. So for those of you who are listening to this, just understand that if you see rough patches, especially for my Patrons, if you see rough patches, just know that I'm doing my best to get to them. Even though in a lot of retrospect, the things that I'm doing right now isn't necessarily the hardest things in the world, which is kind of like how the situation goes. You take something that's easy to do, and then for some reason it's hard as hell. It's weird. So on the upside, I was able to get to my job and tell them that since this is my last quarter, I'm going to need as much time as possible. So instead of 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I am now going from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Those extra 2 hours do help a lot in forms of me not hurting myself. So yeah, and when I say hurt myself, I don't mean anything like that. I just mean I think I'm adding a little bit too much weight to my baggage, if you know what I mean. So there's that. So thank you for listening to this portion. Not many people seem to do, which makes sense, because, you know, they just want the reactions and stuff like that, and don't want to hear me whine, bitch, and complain, because in the end I will still get to your stuff, and don't worry, I will, in forms of like the newest Patreon that I got, and also reaction requests in general, so I need to get to later down the line. Also, if you notice in the background, I got my grandmother's memorial back when I was in New Orleans. If you been looking at this background at all in my reactions. I've been hoping to get my grandmother right next to my grandfather for a long time, so I'm happy she's finally there, and now she's watching over me, doing something that I'm actually pretty happy that I'm doing. So yeah, sorry I had to talk about this in a RWBY of a RWBY reaction, but here's the thing: I don't know what other like recent thing I'm going to be doing at all. I actually don't know what the most recent thing I'm going to be doing. Probably like head up to something. I don't know. So this is RWBY University. Get next time. Bye.